You know that plant, stinging nettle, the one we've all been taught to steer clear of on hikes? Because, ouch, right? Well, what if I told you that annoying weed is actually hiding a pretty incredible secret? A secret that could genuinely transform your health.
So let's just dive right in. Could this thing we've been dodging our entire lives actually be a superfood? Seriously, that's exactly what we're going to find out.
Okay, so here it is. Urtica dioica, fancy name for stinging nettle. And yep, it's those tiny little hairs that give it that infamous sting. But, and this is the big secret, if you know what you're doing, you can get right past that sting. And what's waiting on the other side? Well, it might just be one of the most nutrient-packed herbs you can find, possibly growing in your own backyard right now. All right, let's dig into why this is being called a superweed. And trust me, its reputation goes way, way back, further than you'd probably guess. Yeah, this is not some trendy new thing you saw online. Nope. We're talking about centuries of use in traditional medicine, all across the globe, too. Europe, Asia, Africa, you name it. This plant has a serious, long-standing track record for keeping people healthy. Okay, so that brings us to the real question, right? Why should you care about this stuff? What's the big deal? Let's break down exactly what's in it for you. Okay, this is where that whole superfood thing really starts to make sense. Get this, a single cup of nettle has more iron than spinach and more calcium than a glass of milk. It's also just loaded with magnesium and vitamins A, C, and K. All of that goodness directly fuels your body. We're talking about reducing inflammation, helping your body detox. It is a literal powerhouse. All right, that's enough of the why. Let's get to the how, because honestly, the best way to get it is to actually use it. So let's jump into 5 really simple but super powerful recipes to get this superweed into your life. First up, we're starting with the absolute easiest way to get started. I'm talking dead simple, a nettle detox tea. This is the perfect first step for anyone who's even a little bit curious. And I mean, look at this. It's so simple. All you really need is the nettle, dried or fresh, and some hot water. That's it. Sure, you can add a little lemon or honey if you want, but you don't have to. You seriously can't mess this up. Just pop the leaves in a mug, pour that hot water over, and just let it sit for, say, 10, maybe 15 minutes. That's what pulls out all the good stuff. Strain it out, and that's it. You're done. It's such a great, gentle way to kick off your morning.
Okay, ready for something a little more cozy? Next up is this amazing creamy nettle and potato soup. Oh man, this is just so nourishing, perfect for a chilly day.
So for this one, you're going to need some fresh nettles, a few potatoes, an onion, some garlic, the usual suspects for a great soup. Grab some broth and your basic seasonings. That's it. Just simple, whole ingredients that pack a huge mineral punch. And making it is a breeze. Just saute the onion and garlic, add your potatoes and broth, and let that simmer till the potatoes are nice and soft. Then, right at the very end, you toss in the nettle leaves. They only need a few minutes to wilt down. Then you just blend the whole thing up until it's super creamy and smooth. You end up with this beautiful, vibrant green soup. It's incredible. Okay, next is one of my personal favorites, nettle pesto. I'm telling you, if you're a fan of regular basil pesto, you have got to try this. It's such a fantastic, nutrient-dense alternative, and it's every bit as delicious. So the one trick here, and it's super important, is you just have to blanch the nettle leaves for a minute or two. That completely gets rid of the sting. After that, you just throw them in a blender with nuts, garlic, olive oil, whatever you like in your pesto. A little squeeze of lemon at the end just makes all the flavors pop. Seriously, it takes like 5 minutes. And don't just think about pasta. This stuff is so versatile. You can spread it on bread, use it as a dip with some carrots and cucumbers, or yeah, of course, toss it with pasta. It's an easy way to sneak a ton of nutrients into pretty much anything. All right, let's switch gears completely. We're stepping out of the kitchen and into the bathroom for this next one. Because did you know nettle is also amazing for your hair? This nettle hair rinse can be a total game changer, especially for your scalp. And just like everything else, it is so easy. All you do is make a really strong nettle tea, and then you let it cool down all the way. Then, after you shampoo your hair, you just pour it over your head and massage it into your scalp. Now, here's the most important part. Do not rinse it out. You want to leave it in so all those amazing minerals can do their work and strengthen your hair. And for our last recipe, something super quick and energizing, a nettle and lemon smoothie. This is perfect for a morning boost or after a workout. The trick is just like the pesto. Give those fresh leaves a quick blanch to take out the sting. Then just blend them up with a banana for some creaminess, a bit of lemon to make it bright, and some water. Bam, an instant green energy boost.
Okay, so you're probably feeling pretty inspired to try some of these, right? But maybe you're thinking, hey, I want to harvest my own. That's awesome. So let's talk about the essentials to make sure you do it the right way, safely and effectively.
Now listen up, because this part is super important. Rule number 1, and please don't forget this, always wear gloves when you're picking fresh nettles. Always. But remember, the second you cook it or dry it, the sting is totally gone, so no worries there. And, just like with any new food or herb, it's always a good idea to start small. Just see how your body responds.
So when you're out looking for it, try to find the younger leaves and make sure you're in a clean area away from roads or places that might get sprayed with chemicals. Then, once you've picked them, with your gloves on of course, you can just tie them in little bundles and hang them upside down to dry. When they're totally crispy, just crumble the leaves into an airtight jar. That'll keep them good for a whole year.
So there you have it. Adding nettle into your life can honestly be a game changer. It's one of the most natural and, frankly, affordable ways to give your health a major boost. And the craziest part? It's probably growing just around the corner from you right now. So really, the power is in your hands now. You know how nutritious it is, you've got 5 awesome recipes to start with, and you know how to handle it like a pro. So the only question left is, now that you know all its secrets, how are you going to use this amazing superweed?